Hey y'all, as you can see I'm no longer in my friend's house working on the cushions. I'm actually in my house, which is our fifth wheel, and I'm gonna go over this a little bit better. So after you cut, so the steps are for making the cushions, according to Cellride's video, which that's what I followed, was measure out each side, including each side of the cushion, top, bottom. That's what you're going to measure out. You're going to cut your fabric out. The first step you're going to do after you cut the fabric out, you're going to do your zipper, which is what this is right here. Sorry, I don't have a hot knife. I'm using scissors, so that's why it's all like this. Honestly, it doesn't matter because you turn the whole thing right side out after you get done anyways. When you're sewing, you do it inside out. So none of this will show anyways. But obviously it's better to have a hot knife. That wasn't in my budget right now to get a hot knife, so I'm using scissors. Okay, so when you have your zipper fabric, which what I did was, my cushions are 4 inches, which I did add batting material to it like you saw. I added 4.5, so I cut this for a height of 4.5, just because I don't have the tool to keep like a 3/8 inch or a 5/8 inch, whatever inch you normally do for cushions. So I have to eyeball it. So you take this fabric, you fold it in half, so the outside of the fabric that you want to show on the outside is touching each other. You take your zipper, you line it up on the crease, you line the teeth part on the crease, you make a little tick mark, so you mark it with whatever utensil you have that's not going to show through your fabric. So don't use a Sharpie. I use pen, doesn't show through this fabric. You can also use a pencil. Then you're going to sew this together, and you will rip that stitch out afterwards. So you sew it together on the little mark you just made. And then what you're going to do is, this will be sewn in half. You take scissors and you cut. So it will be sewn here, but open here. Then you fold it back like this. See, this is where I sewed it together originally, right here. Then you sew in your zipper. Make sure that the teeth, so the part of the zipper that's on the outside, it's gonna be like this. See, I've already ripped the stitch out. That's what you need to make sure. So the zippers are gonna be facing down when you're sewing. Again, Sarah has a great video on how to do this. That's what I followed. Sorry, my stitching is not perfect. So you're gonna sew it all the way down, leave a couple inches. You don't have to do the entire length. That's your preference. And then when you rip the stitch out, again, leave some space. So I ripped it here, and you could see my zipper goes a little farther down. So you're gonna rip the stitch out, and then you're gonna put the actual zipper in. I don't honestly know what this is called, sorry. When you do that, you tear the teeth apart right here, and just be sure that the part you pull on is facing down when you're putting this in, so it's facing on the outside. That's what I'm going to do right now, which is kind of a pain to do, not gonna lie. It takes you a couple times to get it. So after trying, you'll get it on first, or it'll take you forever like it takes me. But then the zipper will be on, as you can see. You just push it down. Until you get to your opening on the reverse side. I just use my finger if I have to. I'll use some scissors. See? You'll get it, and then you can pull it, and then voila! You have a zipper strap for your cushions. Please ignore my very ugly stitching, but that is what it'll do. Be sure to leave it open one spot, so when you try to flip the cushions inside out, you don't have that issue. Okay, so then the next step to do is going to be, I'm going to leave it open a little bit. You're going to take all the edges of the cushions, so every side of the cushion, and you're going to sew them together. So lay them out, do whatever you have to do. Laying it out is a lot easier process. And you're going to sew each edge together. So then you will have a rectangle, square, whatever shape your cushion is. You'll have the outline of it. So then after that step, and when you do it, you're going to sew outside to outside together. You'll lay them on top of each other and you'll sew. So for me, I'll take my next strap, or not strap, sorry. I'll take my next strip and I will lay it outside to outside and I'll sew right here, and then I'll keep going until I make the complete outline of the cushion. Then you do the same thing, adding the top and the bottom. You lay it outside to outside and sew. The reason you do this is, like I said, you're going to still be sewing outside, reverse side, out, inside to out. So when you're done, you'll flip it outright, I guess is the correct terminology there, maybe, not sure. Like I said, no sewer, don't know their actual terminology, but then you'll flip it out and you'll be able to put your cushion in there and you'll have a beautiful cushion, hopefully. Like I said, stitching doesn't have to be pretty. You're only trying to please yourself and whoever else is on your boat, but honestly, it's just really fulfilling to get done with the cushion. So yeah, that is the steps we're gonna follow. I will show y'all. I'm not gonna make y'all watch me make a million cushions. I'll jump to the end and show you the final products. Thanks. So this, I just got done sewing this cushion. This is what it looks like when you're done. Looks funny. It's inside out though, like I said. Lucy's at my feet. I don't know if y'all can see her. You're gonna find the zipper. Zip aside. Okay. Remember I told you to leave a little opening? Grab the zipper, unzip it. Unzip it like that. Then you're going to turn it the right way. And voila! You have a beautiful cushion. Lucy, say hi. I don't know if y'all can see her. Lucy's chilling with me. She's very curious about what all this is. But hey, Luce. Come here. Come here. Be sure you put in the cushion with the zipper side outside. So remember how I left a little space between the batting material? I didn't actually do it all the way on one side for each cushion. That's how I know where this is gonna go in at. stuff a little short. My first cushion was like this, not as bad. My second one was a little big. Apparently I see a pattern. But it's foam. This is when it goes back to me saying, I'm not a professional. Sometimes it takes a little bit more tugging. That was a little fight, but I have a very comfy cushion. Which once we sit on it a little bit, this curve will flatten out. It'll take shape better. But yeah, it's not perfect, but hey, it's a new boat cushion. It's not an old one, so I like it.
Be sure to follow along with our adventures by subscribing to our channel. If you'd like to know when we release new videos, click that bell. If you liked this episode, be sure to give us a thumbs up and comment down below to say hello. Thanks for watching, y'all. This is how bad some of these zippers are on these old cushions. Useless.